My name's Aaron and I'm stage tech for Xavier Rudd. And this is my stage. Yeah, well, what's happening here is when I first came aboard, Xav had an acoustic setup and then he had an SPD with a few triggers and that. And we're talking about this with this next album coming up. He wanted to incorporate a lot more kind of live feel and everything to these new tracks. So he wanted, a few more triggers, and so we were talking about it and we're like, well, let's get a rack system so we can add whatever we wanted to do, and then we were talking about V-Drums and using the V-Drums to replace the acoustic drums. And so it just evolved from acoustic kit, SPD, to now V-Drums, and then he started, testing both of them, and still liked acoustic drums, but he wanted to, halfway between songs, he can switch to an electric kit to get, different sounds and all that as well. So it's evolved into what you see here now. So, we've got the SPD with triggers. We've got all external triggers that are, connected to the V-Drums, as well as some other triggers here. We've got kick pedals. We've got, his stomp here, which has a mic inside it, as well as a trigger inside there that's triggering the V-Drum unit. We've got like your standard kick, snare, hats, crash, toms, but then we've also got, these triggers are also into the V-Drum. So they're, depending on the patch, they're either a drum sample or they're also triggering like an Ableton setup we've got with some loops and that as well. So rather than just hitting play on something, some of these are 8-bar loops, so he can still jam out a song. So it's not like a fully structured song. He can go for 4 minutes or 8 minutes or an hour if he wanted to. So he still wanted to keep that live element, as well as but being a one-man band kind of thing. We're fully maxed out. Yeah, it got to the point where we'd add stuff, and then he's like, oh, I got another trigger. It's like, yeah, we got 2 more inputs, and he's like, yeah, great. So we're to the point now where there is, we're maxed with SPD channels, V-Drum channels. So it's streamlined now to what he's wanting. So there's album sounds in there, as well as some of the standard V-Drum instrument patches as well. And we've even messed with some of those just to give them a real, almost like an 808, like a hip-hoppy kind of sound. They're real crunched, EQ'd out, so get that really almost, squashed, distorted sound sometimes. Yeah, so this is the pedal board setup. So again, with the stomp on this side, it's similar to the other one where there's a mic inside it, as well as some triggers. So we've actually got a trigger, so when he's playing a lap, he'll hit with the ball of his foot. And then when he's playing guitar, he'll use his heel. So we've got triggers that we've put in there, and then again, that sends back to the brain, the V-Drums back there. And then we've got this guy here, the 2 foot switches, again, which connect to the SPD. And again, they trigger samples throughout songs, or segues in between songs and that as well. So there's a lot happening. And up inside, oh great divine, need this time with all my might, I will pour my heart. Yeah, also even here, that's with like the sample pad, where Jundruk Moon's got a heartbeat at the start. I think Great Divide, it's got whales, seagulls, so they're little drawings for it. But yeah, this is on Great Divine, we've got keyboard piano on this side, then there's like a sub like bass on this side as well that can be controlled with the foot pedal. So that brings the sound effects and the sub bass in and out. And then they've got another little kick. It's a kick trigger, yeah, so that connects to one of the other two on the percussion world there. And I will hold you till the end. Right. So he doesn't want to take shortcuts on a performance kind of thing, and he wants people to come to a show, and even though it's him being solo and it looks like a lot of stuff is happening up here, but it looks complicated, but it's evolved to what it is now. It sounds more than just one guy up here with a stomp and a didge and a harmonica. It's a full show that he's still giving to people, and we've got lighting, everything. That's just it's an amazing show to watch.